Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, how's it going?
It's going well, Steven. How are y'all doing?
Can't complain, can't complain. Did you watch the Super Bowl last night or anything? What were your thoughts?
No, I did not watch it. I saw updates on my phone, but
Yeah,
yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I did almost go to bed saying, "Oh, Philly's gonna win. I'll be fine,"
yeah,
and then woke up and the Chiefs won, and it didn't matter to me either way. But
right.
yeah, I
And now,
was yeah, I was surprised by the switch. And sorry, Chike, I know you're a Philly person, but I guess for the safety of your city, it's probably best that they didn't win.
he's
Um,
not an Eagles fan, believe it or not.
oh, really?
I live in the state of New Jersey.
Oh, so you're a Jets fan?
I can't say that I'm any fan. Probably the Giants over anything else
Okay.
in this area.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. No,
that's
that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, but I heard actually it was kind of a good game in the end. And I heard there were some good commercials and good
yeah.
halftime and all that stuff. But yeah, I didn't catch most of it.
The commercials were really good. You know, it seemed like the theme was nostalgia because they brought back like Elisa Silverspoon from
Clueless, yeah.
they
Yeah,
brought
the John Travolta. They were really going for
John
the old
Travolta.
crowd, right?
Yeah. But
I
yeah.
did hear the Tubi ad was fun because it confused a lot of
Right, I didn't see that, but someone said I saw people responding on social media. They said I thought my channel turned. I had to check my remote.
exactly. So that's nice.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'll let y'all take it away. Movie reviews.
Sure thing. So I went back and caught up on this old movie from last year that came out in the summer called Brian and Charles. And it's a smaller film, a British film that's about this Welsh inventor who's a little quirky, and it's a mockumentary style, and it follows him around as he's inventing these like little random doodads. And one day he invents a robot that comes to life, and this robot's like the head of a mannequin and the bodies of a washing machine, an old washing machine, and so he goes through kind of interacting with this robot and kind of teaching the robot the ways of the world. And the robot's kind of like a little child. He wants to explore and have adventures and things like that. And the story just follows kind of that route of him learning to be with a sentient being and kind of the troubles they face along the way. And there's a little bit of a romantic interest in it as well. But I thought it was fun. It's a cute movie. I would describe this one as a good airplane movie. It's something you don't have to rush to go see, nothing to go out of your way of, but it's really good. It's fun. It's got a heartwarming story. And as someone who owns a robot myself, and it's just a Roomba, but I argue with it sometimes, so I understand the troubles. But it's on Amazon Prime, so feel free to watch it if you're looking for something good and fun, and it's only an hour and a half, so it's pretty short.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the only other thing I got a chance to catch up on is Last of Us, and no spoilers, but man, I tell you, this show really gives and takes,
Yeah,
and
it does.
you think they're going to take, but they take more than you want them to, and it is wild how. Yeah, I mean, you try to predict what's going on, but it's it's unpredictable. So, yeah, again, I don't know,
Yeah,
Steven, if you caught up, and I'm sure Chike, you're caught up. But man, this show, yeah, it's going to win awards, and it's just got such a great story.
yeah. And it's one of those shows that it's kind of sort of like Game of Thrones in the fact that you really can't get attached to any characters. You can't. You think you know where the story's going, like you said, and then bam, you be like, what happened?
Yes, exactly. So I'm looking forward to more episodes, but crazy good show, and that's it for me. I didn't get a chance to catch up on too much.
Okay, so the first movie that I saw was a movie on Netflix called Viking Wolf. And it's actually a foreign language film, but they dubbed it all the sound over in English, so you won't have to read the subtitles. But for some people, the mouth's not moving to the words. We just talked about a whole mouth lip syncing thing that people get annoyed with. I guess some people don't like when the mouth doesn't move with the words. Get over it. It was a good movie. It was a werewolf movie, but the storyline was original. That's why I really enjoyed it. It wasn't your typical werewolf movie. Um, yeah, so check it out. If you don't like lip sync, then don't watch it. But I thought that it was a pretty good story, and you know, if you enjoy stories, you'll get past the whole dubbed over English
Do
language part.
do they have it subtitled, or is it you can
It
only
is
watch it dubbed?
subtitled.
Okay.
It is subtitled, but we just had this whole conversation about people having issues with the lip singing. The lips didn't move to the words. I guess no one really liked old kung fu movies because none of those lips ever moved to the words. But it was about the story and it was about the fighting. That's what you concentrated on.
I will say I actually I'm one of those people that get bothered even if the audio's a little off on English stuff. Like we
Really?
were watching Last of Us and I had to get out of HBO and get back into the program because that some reason it wasn't
Lag.
syncing. And even
Yeah.
just like a half second, I notice it. I'm like, I gotta fix this. So I understand.
Well, that's my first pick. The second one was called Somebody I Used to Know, which is streaming on Amazon, which stars Jay Ellis from Insecure, Allison Brie, and Kelsey Clemens. If you saw the movie Dope, then you've seen Kelsey in that movie. So pretty much there's a young woman, she's a television executive, and she has so-called made it and gone to Hollywood. But then she goes back home due to something that happened with her job, and she goes home and she sees her ex. Jay Ellis plays her ex, and she's trying to determine if she made a wrong choice by deciding to leave or staying with him. Then she finds out that he's about to get married. And then the story picks up. So I will say that it is a very good movie. It's a romantic comedy. There's some really funny moments in it, but then there's some really heartfelt moments in it as well.
Mm.
It's definitely good watch. It's a good sit down, eat some popcorn, Saturday night, with your date, you can watch a movie. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
I recommend it. Check it out.
it seemed like a good Valentine's Day movie coming up. It
Yeah,
had that kind
yeah.
of like
And it was good to see Jay in something else. I know that he was in Top Gun, but his role in Top Gun wasn't that big. But this film, he's co-starring in it, and you get a taste of him not being Lawrence. That's what I wanted to see. Certain actors, you see them in a role and you kind of lock them into that role forever. But even though he wasn't doing anything crazy or different, he was just different as a character. So it was good to see him be someone else. And last film that I saw, and I wanted to say that somebody I used to know was directed by Dave Franco, which is the little brother of James Franco, if no one didn't know. So the last film that I saw was The Reading. Saw a lot of stuff on the internet about this movie, which stars Monique and Chastity Surreal. And I was surprised to see a Miss Charlene Brown. If you don't know who Charlene Brown is Kim, who played on Different World. It's good to see her in something. And her part was kind of funny because she was playing someone's mom and she was being a little outrageous, but it was good. This movie is a thriller and it's a mystery and there's a major twist. I found it good. It was interesting. And at certain moments, I found it a little funny, just simply because it's Monique. I don't think she was trying to be funny, but just Monique and knowing her personality and how she is, and then her acting in this role, it kind of led to some humor in it, just a little bit. But it was a good story. And this is the first time of her stepping back out the box with Lee Daniels again. So this is their first film collaborating together. And I think that the way that it worked was because it's done with her production company and Lee Daniels produced it as well. But I think that the marriage of the two is what got the doors open for this to be streamed on a network because of, I don't want to say just because of Lee Daniels, but because of that connection. it'll probably open up more doors for it to be streamed. So I'm looking forward to seeing more projects by Hicks Productions, because that's the name of our productions company. Yeah, I want to see more. So I'm thinking more is going to come. And yeah.
That's
Have you heard
awesome.
anything about this film, Steven?
Well, I saw she posted a clip on Instagram of her doing a scene. You can tell
Mhm.
someone like kind of recording with their cell phone.
Mhm.
And I don't know if that was it. It was from that, but I'm guessing it was. But she did a great job in the scene. She was standing at the bottom of a stair, going off with a knife. Did you see?
Oh
Was that
yeah,
part?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So, but it's good to see her acting because she's a great actress.
Yeah.
She's a great actress and she's hilarious to me. I think she's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's good to see her back. And then, she's on that 50 Cent produced show. And it's good to see her just back out working and doing, which, she never stopped doing comedy, but to her to be back in the acting realm, it's great to see her. Yeah.
And then I'm watching 1923. They started their episodes again on Paramount. We talked about Last of Us. Steven and I are watching Harlem on Amazon Prime. And I started watching this show on Apple TV called Truth Be Told with Octavia Spencer and Gabrielle Union.
Oh yeah.
I'm 3 episodes in, and to be totally honest, I tell you guys the truth here. I'm getting bored. It's losing my attention. I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to carry it at least out for the rest of this season, but they're losing me. They're losing.
Uh-oh. Anything coming down the pipeline?
Ant-Man eventually, and then really catching up probably on the Oscar films. Nothing's jumping out at me.
Yeah, I'm struggling with this Ant-Man situation. I'm not really driven. Nothing's propelling me to want to see it.
Yeah, honestly, the thing that'll propel me to see it is just because it's in the theater, and I haven't been to the theater since Wakanda Forever. And again,
Gotcha.
it's just so easy not to go into the theater, so I need
Yeah.
something to pull me in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about? Did you hear? I think it was AMC. They're thinking about pricing tickets for movies based on where you're seated in the theater.
Like a concert?
Like a concert, but yeah. So the better seats, you pay more. I heard both sides of it. Someone said that movies are expensive enough, and you're making it less affordable for people to bring their families, and how through the pandemic it's so easy to watch movies at home now, and so you could mess up that experience of having even couples or families come out to the movies. What are your thoughts?
So my thought is, I guess they're doing that because they probably need more revenue because people aren't going to the movies. So they have to justify the increase of the ticket. They have to justify it, right? But I think I said it on this show before. Hey, AMC, what you should do is probably up the ante of the service that you give in movie theaters. Like maybe have a section that's kind of like VIP. You don't have to call it VIP, but where you actually have a waiter, someone that actually comes and service you. Maybe a better alcohol situation to get people to come out to the theater more. Maybe cater to families more. Maybe even kind of separate the situation where you may have like club movie on one side, family theater on another side, but you totally cater to those demographics with your service.
Yeah.
You would get people to come more. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't seem like a sustainable model. And honestly, you get to the theater and no one's in the seat for like the first 20 minutes. You're going to just move wherever you want to move.
Right.
When you mentioned couples, I can only imagine a world where you're going on a date and you're like, that's an extra $5 to have her sit in the premium seat. Let's put her on the other side, or I'll seat you after the movie. Yeah, I could just imagine situations like that coming up.
So there's a saying going around, and I'm not going to cuss, but the saying is, you're going to F around and find out.
Yep.
The movie theaters are going to F around and find out because people are going to stop going altogether.
Yeah.
And those movies that have been saving your asses all this time, like the Wakanda Forevers and Civil Wars and Iron Man and all those movies that have been saving your asses won't be able to help you, because you have to realize these streaming services have direct access to your home. You better create a situation that makes me want to put my coat and shoes on to come out to see you at your theater, as opposed to me staying home in my drawers watching the same flick at home cheaper.
Yeah.
Make me want to come out of my house.
I do want to, so there's to be this theater that I used to go to, is my little bougie side, but they have the food and the drinks and and so it went out of business. I want to say during COVID, it went out of business. And I thought it was coming back, but it never came back. And then I noticed when I was going to see some movie, and I noticed that they have a new theater in that same place. And this one, it's pretty much the same thing. The only thing with the other one, you had to order everything before the movie. This one you can order throughout the movie, and you do everything on your phone. So you can get the menu on your phone, you can order on your phone, you can keep your tab open. And if you forget to close it, they'll close it out for you. I think like 30 minutes after it with a 20% gratuity. But and it's cheaper than the other movie. The original one that went out of business is a lot cheaper. I said, okay.
Oh, nice. Was this Studio Movie Grill or what was it?
No, this one's called.
I was just curious which one shut down.
Oh, instead of Bistro. And
okay. Yep.
Brookhaven. But the new one is called, I forgot, Click or something. It's something easy. Anyway,
yeah.
What were you gonna say, Chike?
No, I was gonna say there was a theater when I in my Richmond days, even though that was like 1,000 years ago. There was a theater, and it was set up like a little cocktail lounge where you had actually a little cocktail table that you sat. You had a waiter or a waitress. They came over to the table and they took, and this is happening all while the movie's going on. And, it was basically you're out to dinner, like a real dinner. Yeah. They just happened to be showing a film. The only thing about the theater was it was the second-rate film. So it was like $1 theater. So it got the movies after they ran, but you mainly went for the meal and the experience of like having a cocktail out. They just happen to be playing a movie. Movie theaters, like, get into it. Like, you want a bigger ticket, do work on your end. Don't make us work more. You work more. Yeah. You make us want to come out.
Right. The new movie theater is called Look Cinemas.
Okay.
Do yourself a favor.
I will say, I think to Chike's point, the little ones will adapt. These big ones like AMC and Regal, they're the ones that'll struggle to actually change.
Yeah. And it depends on, like you said, demographic, people around. Can they afford,
Hey, you have supermarkets that are creating cafes inside of their supermarkets to get people to come shop more. And it's working. I'm just saying, movie theaters, listen, I wouldn't steer you wrong.
Right. Well, listen, guys, thank you as always for letting us know what to spend our time, money on and what not to. And we'll see you again next week.
All right. Oh, wait, thank you.
We'll be right back after this.